All right, so this isn't going to be a long one at all. We just going to go around. Everybody's going to introduce themselves and tell the viewers, listeners, a little something about yourself. We can start with Vinny.
Hi, babies. My name is Vinny Vineyard. I'm also known as Funkmaster V because I believe in the funk, baby. I'm going to put a slide in that glide, a dip in that hip. We'll take it back to the mothership. Professional wrestler, ghost hunter, actor, filmmaker, jackass, poor husband, worst father, backslidden preacher, a frickin' jabron of sorts. Maybe not anymore, but anyway, my name is Vinny Vineyard. You can see it on the damn screen. I don't know what I'm telling you again, but anyway, you can watch my movies and shit and give me money. I appreciate you.
I got a question, Vinny. What movies are you in? I noticed that you say you were an actor.
Yeah, there's a movie on Amazon Prime. It's a comedy horror movie called The Hike. I'm with this really hot native chick in that one, and we make out for about 3 hours. It's really hot. No, it's a horror comedy. And then there's a new movie just released called WJHCAM. I got to play the lead in that, and that's about a Southern gospel radio station during the apocalypse. If Jesus came back during Y2K, and that was a lot of fun. So a little black and white movie, and we're filming a new one called Camp Smokey right now.
Okay. Congratulations, man. That's good right there. I love the whole acting business. It's fascinating, and interesting.
It's what it is. I mean, acting. If you get parts that you enjoy to play, I'm lucky enough to play parts that are interesting. A lot of times you play crap you don't want to really play. Like you're the body or the guy that finds the body, or those aren't very fun. But when you get to play some good parts, it's fortunate.
Something like me myself, I have experience with acting because I was a background actor in 3 movies that are on Hulu right now. And they're like slapstick comedy movies, The one thing I've always hated about being on set is like when you're shooting a movie, you got to do so many takes, man. It's just like a pain in the ass,
Well, that's when we make movies, we cast wrestlers because I hate wasting time. And wrestlers are one-shot Jones. If you got a guy that's good on the stick, you do the scene twice, just once for safety, bada boom, bada bing, you're in and out. You're not sitting there with an actor going, what's my motivation? So yeah, man. And we don't have time to pay. We don't have time to sit around, and we're not, most of the actors we're not paying. Some we are, but time is money. Get it done. Get the fuck out, man.
Absolutely. No one likes someone who just comes on set or shows up to work and just wastes everyone's time, makes it bad for the next man.
I knew it was a reason me and Vinny get along so well.
We cast all sorts of. If you watch WJHCAM, man, and wrestlers can do their own stunts during the fight scenes too. So I mean, it's a double. So I mean, it's wrestlers can fight, and most wrestlers can speak pretty well, and most of them are somewhat attractive, and in somewhat shape. So there's a lot of benefits there to have that. So.
Wrestlers are very impactful, man. Like, look at John Cena, like John Cena has had a very big impact.
Well, I mean, I can't believe I liked the Peacemaker as much as I did. I thought this is going to suck, and it was so good. I couldn't believe it. I'm not a big DC guy either, but Peacemaker was awesome. So he did a good job with that.
All right. My guy, Eddie, what's going on, man? How you doing?
Hey, yo, what's up, y'all? I'm a professional wrestler as well, Eddie the Bruiser Cruz. Been doing it for about 2 years now, or probably 2 years and a half, I'll say. So I took a 1 year long break from it. I'm also currently a college student as well, going for that digital media degree. I want to get into like making video games and stuff like that.
Nice.
And right now, kind of just like bouncing around with like work, wrestling. And going to college, just trying to work all those things out at the same time.
What you going to college for?
Digital media. So that's like technically anything that has to do with like film stuff.
Oh, cool.
Anything that's to do with technology as well. So like, web design and, creating programs. Right. And like I said, digital gaming as well.
Okay. I got a question. Like you mentioned video game design. Have you always been like a gamer at some point in your
Oh
life?
yeah, yeah. No,
What's your
it's
favorite video games?
I don't know if you guys ever heard of it. Dead by Daylight.
Dead by Day.
It's
Yeah.
one of my top favorite games. Yeah, Dead by Daylight. You have the killer, and then you have the killer has to try to kill survivors for the escape. Simple. Same with obviously, if anybody played Call of Duty when they were younger, I grew up on good old Call of Duty days. My favorite kind of stuff I used to play back then. I think I started gaming when I was like 5 years old. Can't really remember how long ago, but it was. Remember since when I was a little kid, I used to always play them.
It's like you pay attention to video games, like since everyone was a kid to the video games now. It's like graphics and everything have came a long
Oh
way.
yeah.
Take a look at back in the 80s, you got like the Nintendo, the NES, the first one,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Atari and stuff like that. Then you got like the Sega and everything, Sega Genesis, Super Nintendo, and then it gets
Yeah,
into
even just like
3D.
the Game Boys, the PSP.
Yeah,
I remember the game.
Yeah, like those small.
Game Boy was crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, then the first thing I ever played was the PSP. Played God of War on there, and I got an Xbox after that. Played a Sonic Tennis. I think that's what it was. Those are like the first games I've ever played. Yeah. Besides that, the computer ones. Like the pinball one.
Yeah, I
What
still
else?
got
They
that
have the
too. Yeah.
Oh, you still got it? That's awesome.
Yeah.
I forgot what that one is called. Where you there's like a bunch of squares and you click on it. You got to watch out with the bomb.
Oh,
I forgot what they call it. It's a
I know what you're
really old
talking
one.
about. And then you got like games like Solitaire, and there was some like bowling game too. It was like with a polar bear. I forgot the name of the game, but I used to love that. Yeah,
Yeah, ooh man, those some really old games. There was like a bunch of games I remembered about, but I want to recreate a lot of those as well. Because I feel like
nice.
it only takes one game to make it make a lot of money. Like for example, how long ago did Minecraft come out? It came out like years ago.
Yeah, like 10
it's still
years
making
ago.
money.
Yep.
Yeah, GTA 5 is still making a lot of money. Call of Duty still making a lot of money.
Fortnite,
yeah,
Madden, NBA 2K series,
right.
Call of Duty. Because those are series that are in high demand as well. Like a lot of people still play them to this day, and there's always like updates and add-ons and stuff like that to the game.
Right, yeah, and it just takes one game to really shoot you up there with all the other ones.
Absolutely.
Tetris apparently is one of the most selling games out there. I never knew that.
Yeah, Tetris. Well, that's crazy. I haven't played Tetris in years.
And it's probably one of the most sold games out there. Yeah, to me that's crazy.
Right, but you could do it, man. I believe in you. We all believe in you, and you're gonna do something great one day. Sure.
Yeah, hell yeah, dude. I hope all of us do, man. I want all of us to make it out here, man.
Oh yeah, everyone in this call right now is definitely gonna succeed in something. No matter what it is, it's just as long as you're putting effort into it and you're serious about it and committed to your craft, then everything's gonna be just fine. Just put in the work and you'll see the results later.
Hell yeah. That's what it's all about, man.
Absolutely. My guy Mario, how you doing, man?
How you doing? What's going on, everybody?
What's good,
Mariusz Pardua, aka Mario Pardua, aka Polish Powerhouse. I'm 29 years old. I just turned 29 this July.
Hey, happy belated birthday!
Thank you, guys. Thank you. Appreciate it. What can I say? 3 years ago, I moved to the greatest country in the world, USA, to follow my dream and become a professional wrestler. And since that day, that's the only thing what I got in my mind. And I'm working out every day, wrestle almost, I would say, every day, give my blood, sweat, respect to become a professional wrestler on a really high level.
That's what's up, man. So I got a question for you. So two questions actually. My first question is what made you want to get into wrestling?
You know what? I was born and raised in Poland, and back then, when I was a little kid, even later on, I remember we had only one channel that you could watch, like WWE or any wrestling, and I was always fascinated about it, but I never thought it can be even happen to start training, because back in Poland there is only one wrestling school right now, which is very successful, but 5 years ago, there was no such thing. So I said to myself, wow, maybe I would move to United States and start wrestling. And the thing was, the biggest question was, I didn't kind of know, how can I get there? How can I move to United States? Finally, when I figure out the way how to get there, I said to myself, well, so if I sacrifice everything and move for over the ocean, left my family, left my friends to start all over, why don't you start training? I keep asking myself questions like 24 hours a day. And since I knocked to the CSW door and met Steve Boss, coach of mine, the rest is history.
Nice. Now, my second question for you too. I know you just mentioned that you're from Poland, and what was it like? What was it like growing up in Poland? If you don't mind me asking.
I mean, it's very regular growing up, like most of you guys. It's kind of, I would say, a little bit maybe poor. I mean, back in Poland, I didn't have much, I would say, but I had the terrific job. I was bartender for my whole life.
Nice.
It's gonna be like 12 years this year, I would say. Yeah, it's gonna be 12 years. So I was making good money. I was living with my parents that time because my parents has big ass house or whatever, and I felt great, but I'm always felt like I'm kind of lost and I need something more. And like since a little kid, I was always dreaming to go to America and be part of this big deal. You know what I mean? And yeah, I'm very happy to be here. It's been like 3 long years. And what can I say? I'm working every day, 24 hours a day since I got here to prove and to follow my dream. And I will never stop until I die.
As you should, man. As you should. My guy Jonathan over there, how you doing, brother?
Hey, what's going on?
How you doing?
Doing awesome. Getting my cardio done. Trying to stay in the 230s here.
There you go. There you go.
This is why they call me Big John right there.
Yeah, Big John. Big John.
Yeah, that's John.
You doing your thing, brother. You know, you got this.
Yes, sir.
Man. And then my guy Wade, last but not least, you know what I mean? He's been a recurring guest on this show multiple times, you know. So I got a question actually. This is for Eddie. So now that we're on the topic of wrestling, have you ever played like the WWE games or they had like WWF back in the day?
Right. Yeah. So I also forgot to mention that. So the way I got into wrestling was actually through the video games first, because I always thought it was because I remember, I don't know where my dad bought it for me, and it was, I think, 2010 Raw vs SmackDown. I know it was something Raw vs SmackDown. Yeah. So it was like Booker T, like all the other old wrestlers, Undertaker, Shawn Michaels, Stone Cold, Bret Hart, all of them.
Triple H.
Yeah, and I was like, man, like I thought it was just a video game because I was just a kid, I think I remember I was like, since a kid I played it, I was like, I don't know if this is real or not. It was just a video game, wrestling a thing, Right. And my first pay-per-view actually was actually 2014 Royal Rumble, the year Batista won the Rumble.
Right.
Yeah. That was my first ever pay-per-view, and the one that actually made me encouraged me to want to be a wrestler was actually John Cena. As corny as that sounds, but yeah, I mean, I was young as heck. I'm still young as heck. I just barely turned 20.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah.
So the one thing about John Cena that always stood out to me, besides his, boot cut shorts and everything, was his like signature. You can't see me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like,
you can't see me. Hustle, loyalty, and respect.
Yep, there you go.
Yeah, no, dude, that's how I got into wrestling. I would say just to the video games. Yeah, because I was like, man, this is awesome. Yeah, just imagine doing it one day,
Right. You never know, man. You started as a kid and you watch this stuff. You're playing the games. It's like, oh wow, I'm playing as my favorite wrestler, and then imagine 13 years later or whatever, you end up meeting your favorite wrestler. You ended up joining like a wrestling league. Like it's all really in timing, in divine timing.
Yeah, no, I can't wait for that.
Now, do any of you guys have like a specific favorite wrestler?
Oh yeah, man, it's Kane Road, though. Carlito.
There we go.
Alberto Del Rio, Roman Reigns.
Here we go. How about you, Jonathan?
Kurt Angle. And with Kurt Angle too, I actually was at his match with the 30-minute Iron Man match against Benoit when it was in Chicago, April 29, 2001. That was actually my first WWF pay-per-view with my mom. I loved it, and I did amateur wrestling in high school. And I didn't know about professional wrestling. I thought you just go to WWF headquarters and be tough enough, and that's how you get in. But I didn't realize in schools, out here in Midwest, or you just go on Google and you don't know how many doors could be open for you, and you could be a professional anything. And a little bit with that too, with Kurt Angle's match, I just loved his, technical wrestling. How he brings you down to the ground, he entertains you. And I was like, man, that could be me one day. I could be in that singlet, putting somebody in that ankle out, making them tap out.
Nice, man.
And I've been sticking with it ever since.
Nice, man. Keep it up, man. For real. It's definitely gonna get you somewhere someday.
Thank you, sir.
Unfortunately, we don't have too much longer on this episode because Zoom is has a time limit. But yeah, not too much longer. Eddie, we just got through with you. Mario, do you got any favorite wrestlers in mind?
I don't think I do have to say it out loud that my favorite wrestler, my idol, is of course Steve. Oh, I'm kidding. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
Yeah.
DJ.
Yeah.
There we go.
Everybody knows that.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Since I remember, since day one, I saw this guy on the TV. I said to myself, "You got to be kidding me!" This guy just has everything what you need. He has charisma. He can sing. He can dance. He's an athlete. What else you can expect from the real superstar?
I don't know if any of you guys watch NBA, but always my whole life, I always seen The Rock as a wrestling version of Shaq. You know what I mean? Because Shaq, he did music, he did movies, TV shows, and endorsement deals. He does a whole lot, just The Rock does. The Rock is an actor, and he did wrestling and movies, all types of stuff.
I mean, exactly. The thing is, he has something that you're just gonna look at him and say, "Okay, I'm gonna take this guy." You're just gonna look at him or just see his match or whatever, and you're like, "This guy, this is the man. This is the guy right here." Yes, exactly.
Yeah, definitely gifted. Yeah.
This is just like you said, gifted. Extremely, extremely gifted. Thank you, God, for The Rock.
He's in the class by himself. Yeah, he's like a one of a kind.
Exactly. Always classy, always humble. I mean, just 1,000% pure, humble human being, which is I love and I follow.
Absolutely. Now, Vinny, you got any favorite wrestlers?
I'm quite a bit older than the rest of you guys. I mean, I grew up in Baltimore, and Ric Flair was my guy. And
Ric Flair.
This month, a lot of guys who are younger don't understand Flair because they see him. They were introduced when he was 50 years old. But when wrestling was different, and you had a guy that had to go out and wrestle 9 times a week, 1 hour Broadways, and make the local guy look good to keep all of these territories profitable. It was a different game than what the WWE has turned wrestling into, because all these territories were dependent upon the champion, and Ric Flair kept wrestling alive until Vince McMahon basically turned it into a television production. But yeah, my finish is the figure 4 leg lock, and as an homage to Flair. And I've always been, see, this guy down here is working out the whole damn podcast. He's worked out more in this podcast than I have all year. So I've always been a cowardly heel. I hated working out. But when I was younger and stuff, I was he likes Kurt Angle because he was a wrestler. I was a state judo champion. I was in judo, but I was I'm only 5'10", 225 pounds. So I always was a cowardly heel and did a lot of comedy and stuff like Flair does. But that's my guy, and this is his last match is going to be here in a couple days.
Oh wow, really?
He's in Nashville, Tennessee. He's wrestling against Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal
I got
Nice.
with his son-in-law as his tag team partner. It's supposedly his last match, which I wish he would have hung it up about 15 years ago, but we'll see how he does with his bald ass head.
Oh man. Well, yep, this is gonna wrap up, this episode. So we're gonna go ahead and close this out. Like I said, man, just like last time, thank you, Wade. Oh, we got John joining. There you go.
Yeah, I guess me and John to close it out.
All right.
Big Nancy John is back.
Hey, John, man, I appreciate you for joining this episode of my podcast. I'll make sure Wade sends you the Spotify, Apple Podcast link, whatever you have access to. And it's going to be a good one, man.
A little bit about me. Just want to do this under 30 seconds or less. I'm an IT professional, so I use it all.
Okay.
Even though I don't look like it, but yes, I am.
That's all right. I could dig that, man. Yeah, I
like,
definitely enjoyed this interview with you guys, man. For real, this was an entertaining one. Wrestling is definitely a fun topic to discuss, with one another. And I'm looking forward to, like hearing from you guys and your work. And, I don't know what happened to my guy. He was talking about video game design. I'm like, dang, you gotta make another WWE video game or something,
Oh yeah. Eddie's a very experienced wrestler. He's been doing it for about 3 years. So he's real good. I like working with him when I'm able to get to practice.
Oh yeah. Does he got any like highlights of him wrestling or anything? Or
Yeah, I got some of his videos. I'll send them to you.
all right, cool. I'll check it out. But anything else you guys want to close this episode out with?
Oh
Yes,
man, I'll just
Any
go
motivation,
ahead,
folks?
John.
I do want to say one thing too. A little bit about me with the wrestling. The one person that actually believed in me was Seth Rollins. I drove out 4 hours to Detroit, Michigan, Coco Center. I got my belt signed and got chicken van. And he said, "Hey, you should be a wrestler." That's how it all started for me. And when I started back in January, I pretty much wanted to quit immediately because I was overweight. I didn't know what to do, and it just kept messing up. A little bit of motivation too is never give up. For me, to where I was at 267 when I first started, Wade was one of my guys that said, "Hey, I want to be your manager. I believe in you," and we've been sticking ever since. Now I'm at 235. I'm on a cardio machine. I'll probably be like 229 when I'm done. And then it's like, everything's coming full circle for me. And as I say this humbly, I had my first wrestling debut August 18th on a Friday at Chicago Star Wrestling in Franklin Park. So I get an opportunity, go out there, perform in front of 300-400 people, throw some people over the top rope and see how the crowd reacts to, my performance. And I'm looking forward to it. I want to keep seeing getting bigger and better every day. And while I am there, you never know who is watching you, who's going to meet you in the future that can take you to that next level that you want.
Right. That's why I always say, like, networking really, networking can get you places that some of your closest friends can't, you know what I mean? And some opportunities can't. Networking is one of them, like, the biggest opportunities you'll ever get in your life. And, just like me and you, Wade, you know what I'm saying? Like, we networked, we never met each other before, but we networked on this podcast to, just to support one another and, share one another's ideas and talents and crafts and gifts. And just, let the world see. We may not be, big with our craft right now, but it's only in divine timing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's all good, man. We do it for the love of it. Yeah,
absolutely.
All in God's timing. That's true. Yeah.
And one thing, now that you said that, I want to speak on. It's like a lot of people don't get. I speak on longevity, a lot, and it's like a lot of people, no matter what it is, you could do wrestling, movies, music, whatever you do. A lot of people just like to do it for the money. You know what I mean? And the money gonna always be there, whether you living, dead, whatever. The money's always gonna be there. It's always gonna stay. It's just whatever it is you do, and if you're passionate at it, passionate with it, excuse me, then just stick with it, man. And then just get to a point where you do it to where it's like a full-time job, and then that's when the money come in. And you gotta also have fun while you're doing it. So like if you're a pro wrestler, you gotta train yourself, be disciplined enough to get in the ring and do what you gotta do, work out beforehand, like my man here. You know what I'm saying? And
Yes, sir.
yeah, you gotta stay committed, stay dedicated, and then it'll pay off.
You got to stay aesthetic like this right here because,
There
you
you
know, if
go.
you go in the ring looking like me, they're going to take you seriously. They feel like, nah, I don't want to mess with him. I don't want to throw hands with him.
Yeah.
But I do want to add on something that you did say. With all the motivation and the money, yeah, that all comes with it. But how bad do you want to at least get to that stage to where it's like, I like what I'm doing and I want
That's
to
true.
continue learning, no matter how much money it's going to be. You know, $5, $300, 50 cents, whatever. I've literally been there when I used to work in retail to where my commission checks are like 5 cents. I'm like, what am I going to do with this? You know, but I still had to be humble to where that's 5 cents more that I didn't have yesterday.
Man, that's deep, man. A lot of people, that's gonna go over some people's heads, but you know, it's really like rules to life. You know what I'm saying? Even if you get like 5 cents for putting in work, you know, you just gotta take that 5 cents and turn to like $5 and turn that
Yeah,
$5 into $500. You know, it's
that's
really
true.
all about discipline and you know just staying committed to what you do. That's all I can say about that.
And you will appreciate it in the future when you do have all the successful things you want, not
Yep.
just all the glitz and glamour and everybody like you for your autograph and it's on eBay. You know,
Yeah,
whatever I become famous for nothing for wrestling or bodybuilding or whatever, I'm still gonna be the humble guy that's on a cardio machine, no matter what, losing the weight to make sure I stay aesthetically as possible for my own health and benefits.
Hmm. Also, like never get discouraged, even if you know life is overwhelming. You got a lot to deal with. Don't ever, or you know, people always gonna say whatever. You know, don't ever let that define who you are as a person. Like if you know your body and your spirit, you're not gonna let someone else's opinion or a minor inconvenience, you know, break you down. You know, from apart from who you are as a person. You know.
Of course, you know, for me, it's like I appreciate them talking about me, but I would get a little concerned if they're not talking about me
Yeah.
because I know I'm doing much better than them when they're just
Yep.
slacking off watching Netflix and eating ice cream. When I'm
Yep.
at the gym working my butt off, actually getting things done, so I'm gonna see them tomorrow. They can say all these mean things. Oh, I can't jump over them, or I can, you know, do body slam or whatever. So what? When I do it, you ain't gonna like it when I get it right.
Hello.
Just so know that I'm still in that ring when you ain't. And when it's my time to shine, people are like, man, I should have been like that guy. I want to be his friend. I'm like, okay. I'll let you in, but from a distance. But the choice is yours.
That's right. That's right, man. You got to always watch your surroundings, even on the road to
yeah,
fame and the road to success. There's always going to be haters. There's always going to be people that doubt you. There's always going to be people from your past or some people that you know doubted you along the way that will try to come around just because you're doing something and making a name for yourself. You know,
And money,
yeah.
too.
Oh
Absolutely.
yeah, oh yeah, that's the biggest thing.
That's right. That's right. Hey, Wade, do you want to say anything before we close out, bro?
Oh yeah, I just say put God first. Don't look down on nobody and follow your dreams.
Absolutely. God before anything. God
Yeah,
even before the talent. Like because
that's true.
without
Yeah,
God, how do you even have the talent? You know what I mean? If He
that's
gave it
true.
to you.
Yeah,
And my last thing before I clock out of here is, you know, just enjoy life. Don't get discouraged. Well, even if you get discouraged, you know, just appreciate what you have in front of you. Appreciate all your talents. Appreciate count all your blessings pretty much. You know, like if you were blessed to be like a very skilled MMA fighter, you know, you practice, you do what you had to do. That's a beautiful thing because not a lot of people have the same skill as you. You know, or if
yeah,
you're like a talented a movie writer, like a script writer, anything director, you know, stay dedicated to your work. You know what I mean? And don't ever let somebody else tell you different or what you can't do. Just keep going, prove them wrong, put it in their face, and just man,
yeah.
just put out content, put out something that you can be proud to have out, and just you know have fun with it. That's all.
Yeah. Well, even Walt Disney once said, it's nothing like a good failure, because after he failed in Kansas City, he went to California and studio doing really big to this day. So I feel like if we put God first, we can do anything.
Exactly. And look how impactful Walt Disney had, and the Disney movies, and you got Pixar and stuff like that now. How you doing?
Yeah.
All right, y'all. Wade, once again, my guy, thank you. Jonathan, thank you again. Keep working, man, doing your thing and keep succeeding. I'm here for it all, you know what I'm saying? And to all the other guests that we had, unfortunately they couldn't join this part of the segment. But yeah, most definitely everything, everybody's gonna succeed, man. I wish
Yeah, we
nothing but,
appreciate it.
of course, I wish nothing but success and uh many opportunities for you guys in the future, as well as like the current present as well. And just last thing I'm gonna say is just keep grinding. It don't stop from here. It just goes up, never
Yeah.
down.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
All right, y'all. It's been real. It's another episode for the books, and we out of here.
All right.
Take care, gentlemen.
All right, thanks.
All right, man. Be easy.
All right,
You as
thanks.
well. Take care.
I got you when I get back.
All right, man. So.
All right.
I got